What should you first think about when you want to change or improve your tennis technique? But before we get into it here, I want to say a quick thank you to Slow Mo Tennis for letting me use their video. Check out their channel for some awesome tennis content. I'll post a link to their channel in the description area. So I recently watched this Instagram video about this junior tennis coach who coached Iga Swiatek in the juniors. And he basically explained that Iga Swiatek's forehand here is basically defensive. It is a defensive forehand, and he primarily taught Iga Swiatek to really be defensive, right? And her whole game is pretty much like a defensive type of player. Uses her open stance forehands, open stance backhands, and to try to retrieve all these balls stretched out. She has heavy topspin. She's kind of like a grinder. Obviously, she can hit with offense, but basically this junior tennis coach said that, her forehand's more defensive, and that is the purpose of her forehand, to really absorb these hard hit balls against her and really just counterpunch that. And that is something that you should think about whenever you're changing or improving your technique. Is it more to your play style? Is it more towards offense or defense? Is it more towards heavy topspin or getting it more flat? Okay, yes, we all want to improve our technique, right? But there has to be a purpose to it. And I think that is the first thing you need to think about if you are more of an intermediate or advanced player, is that what is it geared toward? Offense, defense, your play style? Because it doesn't make sense, right? If Sabalenka here, she has a more, traditional type of high elbow take back with her forehand, and she has a more of a aggressive type of forehand. She can hit it flatter. It wouldn't make sense for her to change her technique to Iga's forehand, right? Because Aryna Sabalenka's game is very offensive. She's just bludgeoning the ball every time. Every time she sees a tennis ball, she's going to hit it hard. It's a little bit different with Iga here. Iga's forehand, again, more defensive. She can hit it with offense, right? A lot of good heavy topspin, but hers is more defensive. And this junior tennis coach really applied defense to her forehand, basically putting that low elbow, right? That low elbow is a little bit different, right? They wanted that elbow a little bit low, a little bit closer to the body, so that Iga can absorb these hard hit balls. And his reasoning was that he looked at a lot of table tennis players, ping pong players. They like to have their elbows a little bit closer to their body. I don't know anything about table tennis, but that was this junior tennis coach's reasoning, to have that elbow a little bit closer to the body. And that may be accurate or not, but that was the purpose of really trying to get Iga's forehand to where it is right now. It's a more defensive type of forehand, trying to get a little bit more heavy topspin, and it's not a forehand that is super penetrating like Aryna here. Aryna can hit it very hard, very flat, and it's more driving type of forehand. Iga's forehand's more great. It's a great forehand, right? Both have awesome forehands, but Iga's is a little bit more different. So you got to ask yourself, if you are changing your technique, if you want to improve your technique, is it more offensive? Is it more defensive? Is it for your play style, or is it someone else's play style, right? Don't just improve your technique for the sake of improving technique. You want to improve your technique so that it matches with your game style, right? If you have a more baseline grinding game, then try to have a little bit more heavy topspin with your forehand. Try to change your technique that way. If you're more of a aggressive type of player, you have big serves and you want to have a big forehand, then change your technique in that way. Don't just change your technique or improve your technique just by just copying all these pros. Yeah, it's good to copy pros, but you got to have purpose behind it.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.